Jerusalem Talmud Yomi, Tractate Orlah, Chapter 1, Mishnah 1, and in the first halacha, Part 2. With the words Tani B'Shem Rabbi Shimon, Ein Lach Ba Limachsheves. It was stated in the name of Rabbi Shimon, the only kinds admitting an intention of exemption are three: buckthorn, sycamore, and caper bush. Are these obligated for tithes? This is a dispute between Rabbi Abba bar Mamel and Rabbi Hila. They differed. If somebody kept his fruit trees for wood, Rabbi Abba bar Mamel said he is obligated. Rabbi Hila said he is exempted. Rabbi Abba bar Mamel said he is obligated from the following: Deuteronomy 14:29, the Levite shall come because he has neither part nor inheritance with you. Uba halevi ki ein lo chelek v'nachala imach. Deuteronomy 14:29. You are obligated to give him from what you have, but he has not. Give him from what you have, but he has not. Not sure what that means. Maybe there's a mistake there. But not from you have not. You're obligated to give him from what you have, but not from what you have not. But it says here, he has not. So I'm not sure what that means. It's either a typo, or I'm not sure what it means. But anyway, this excludes abandoned property for which your and his hands are equal. Gleanings, forgotten sheaves, peah, which means the corner of the field, and abandoned property are all equal. Rabbi Hila, in the name of Rabbi Yossi, said he is exempt from the following: if coriander is sown for its seed, its greenery is free. Coriander is different since it has a different threshing floor. But he says from the following: if someone keeps cabbage for seeds, his opinion is inoperative. For single stalks, it is not inoperative. Rabbi Jonah said only if he collected greens. But if he did not collect greens, do we say that wood is subject to tithes? Are these forbidden because of robbery? Is wood not also forbidden because of robbery? What is his problem? For example, mulberry trees having no solidity. A buckthorn, it says here rimon, which is usually pomegranate, so I'm not sure why they're translating it to buckthorn, but they translated buckthorn. Rimon shenita'o l'shem rimon. Benos hadas shenatan l'shem benos hadas. That's myrtle, pretty clear, but a buckthorn planted for buckthorn berries, a myrtle planted for myrtle berries. Some Tanaim stated obligated, some Tanaim stated exempt. Rav Chizda said, he who said obligated at a place where most are guarded, he who said exempt at a place where the majority do not guard. Rabbi Yossi asked, if it is at a place where most do guard, why does he have to think even if he did not think? Are we saying olive trees and fig trees only if he thinks about them? But even if one half do guard, one half do not guard. Rabbi Matthew understood. What does he say here? Matthew, yeah. Rabbi Matthew understood this from the final statement: at a place where the majority do not guard, even if he did not think it is exempt. Rabbi Yochanan, in the name of Rabbi Shimon ben Yehoshua, a vine growing in a copse A geffen she'alas b'makom chorshin. Maybe what's a copse? That's I guess it's plowing something. A vine growing in a copse, whatever that is exempt from Orlah. Rabbi Yossi said, even if he planted it. But did we not state, if it grew by itself, it is obligated for Orlah? There, when it was planted in a cultivated place, but here, if it was planted in a copse. Rabbi Elazar said, this means if its yield is not worth its tending, but if its yield is worth its tending, it is obligated. Rav Huna asked, if an etrog tree was planted for its obligation, is it obligated for Orlah? Rav Huna came back and said, an etrog tree planted for its obligation is obligated for Orlah. Did we not state here in Leviticus 23:40, you shall buy for yourselves, and not from the obligation? There, you shall buy for yourselves with money, not from the obligation. But here, as you say in the matter of shofar, Leviticus 23:24, a day of blasts shall be for you from anywhere. And here, Leviticus 19:23, 3 years it shall be like foreskin for you. It may not be eaten in any way. What is the difference between this and him who guards his fruits to use as wood? He wants the tree itself just as he wants the fruits. But here, he wants the fruit and he is not interested in the tree. In addition, as Rabbi Hanina said, Leviticus 23:40, fruit, if you say it is part of the tree, nobody can acquit himself of his obligation on the holiday. What can be compared to it? An olive tree planted for light on Hanukkah. Rabbi Yossi Bar Abun said, one is biblical and the other rabbinic. And you say so? What can be compared to it? An olive tree planted to light the candelabrum. Both are biblical. Rabbi Shimon ben Yakim asked before Rabbi Yochanan, if he planted the lower part as a fence, but the upper part for food, or the lower part for food to eat, but the upper part as a tree, the upper part as a fence, he said to him, one is like the other. Whether the upper part for food, but the lower part is a fence, or the lower part for food, but the upper part is a fence, how does one know? He brings a string and ties it as a sign. So far as fence, the excess for food.